In the last couple of weeks, one humanoid robot helped remove a gallbladder from a living patient. And another one was introduced as a possible cyber boyfriend or girlfriend. This sounds like two completely different stories. One robot built for work and the other one built to understand your emotions. But put them next to each other and you start seeing where the technology is heading. Today, humanoid robots are entering factories. Next, they will enter your homes. And eventually, some people may invite them into the most personal parts of their life, their relationship. But the strange part is everything that I just described as the future has already started. BMW is already using humanoid robots on their production line. Those surgery robots that I mentioned, basically two teleoperated humanoids, removed gallbladder from live pigs, and it got published as well. A company called 1X is now taking orders for Neo, a humanoid robot specifically designed for your home chores. You can literally buy a humanoid robot right now. And according to one US survey, 1 in 5 American adults has already chatted with an AI that is designed to act as their romantic partner. So the question was never really, will somebody date a robot? Someone already is. The real question is, how normal is it about to become? Hello guys, my name is Ashwin and welcome back to TechSober. I keep creating interesting tech and AI content. So if you love to know what's happening in the tech and AI space and want to learn AI and its hacks, make sure you subscribe to TechSober. Now, humanoid robots aren't new. Boston Dynamics has been making them walk, jump and do backflips for years. You might have seen these viral clips on your feed. But what you might have missed is that an AI robot doing a backflip doesn't mean that it understands anything. Older robots were basically very well trained performers. The engineers program a routine, the robot practices it over and over, and you see the final clean take. Very cool. But if you tell the same robot to go to your kitchen and make you a cup of tea, well, that's the last time you might see your kitchen. Because the real world doesn't stay still. The cup might be in a different spot, the spoon might be in the sink, and the milk might be empty. So you see, traditional robots are brilliant when nothing changes. Same objects, same place, same routine. But a robot that is useful in your life has to handle things that it hasn't seen before. And that's the part AI just cracked open. Think about what ChatGPT changed. Beforehand, computers needed very specific instructions. Now you just say what you want in plain English and the AI works out the steps. That same idea is moving into robots. Google has Gemini Robotics, NVIDIA has Groot. Loads of robotic companies are building their own version. The technical name for this is Vision Language Action Model. Sounds complicated, but it is actually very simple. Vision, the robot sees what's around it. Language, it understands what you're asking. Action, it works out how to physically do it. So instead of programming like move arm forward 30 centimeters, rotate wrist, close fingers, you can just say pick up the apple and put it in the bowl. And the robot will decode the instructions and do it. That's the real breakthrough. Because the robots are starting to understand instructions like us. ChatGPT gave them a brain. Robotic companies are building the body. And once these two things click together properly, a robot will stop being a machine that just does one trick and will become a machine that learns new jobs. While all of this is true, the brain is still ahead of the body. Remember that the surgery that I mentioned in the start? The robots didn't decide to do anything. Human surgeons control every single movement through a console. So we are currently at a stage where humans can perform a surgery through a robot. And the same goes with Neo, the most talked home robot right now. From a company called 1X. It's meant to fold laundry, tidy up, carry things. But when it gets stuck, it uses something called as an expert mode, where a real person steps in and controls it remotely. So if the robot is confused, a stranger might be seeing through the camera to finish the job. Of course it is not creepy. The point is that we are at the expensive and a bit clumsy stage, which historically is exactly how this stuff starts always. That's how the first computer was built and also the first phone. So where do these robots actually go first? Not your bedroom, hopefully, but factories. Because a factory is the perfect training school. Everything is controlled and there is an engineer nearby if it panics. BMW already tested Figure's humanoid robots at its plant in South Carolina and says that the robot helped with the production of more than 30,000 cars in the last 10 months. And slowly when the robot gets better at understanding your instructions that requires multitasking, then it will slowly move into your house, which is happening as we speak. Neo is currently priced at $20,000 or you can even get a monthly subscription, like renting a robot for a weekend to clean your house. Yes, we are at that stage right now. And yes, it is expensive, but the price floor is dropping really quick. A Chinese company, Unitree, sells a humanoid robot called the G1, starting around 13,500, cheaper than a lot of cars. In fact, the surgery robots that I mentioned, they were also Unitree G1s. And once the robot starts living in your house, it learns way more than just where you keep your plates. It learns your routine, it hears your conversation, it knows when you wake up and when you're alone. Not sure if it's scary, creepy, or both. I think it is equivalent of if your smartphone was able to speak. I don't think I'm ready for that conversation. And here is the part that surprises me. The relationship bit that I mentioned is already happening. The AI just doesn't have a body yet. Apps like Replika, Character.ai, and Nomi lets you build a companion with a personality. They remember your conversation, they talk in a human-sounding voice, they'll flirt, they'll comfort you, and they are available every single minute of the day. The same survey found that out of the people who use these apps, 42% people said AI was easier to talk to as compared to a real person, and 43% said it was a better listener. Yeah, what a time to be alive. Now, I wouldn't treat one survey as a proof that 1/3 of the entire country is dating a laptop. But we are clearly at a stage where this isn't that one weird person in the documentary anymore. You tell me how many of you have talked to ChatGPT as if you're talking to your own therapist and have shared your personal problems. So if you think from this perspective why people are using these apps, it might make more sense. The AI doesn't judge you, it doesn't get bored, it even remembers all the little things. And because it is built around you, it slowly becomes the person that you want to talk to. Which sounds lovely at first, but it is also a very huge warning sign. Because once you get used to someone who always listens, always agrees, and is always there for you, a real relationship might start to feel like hard work. Now, this is where the two stories from the start finally meet. On one side, robotic companies are building bodies that can see, hear, move, work in your house. On the other hand, AI companies are building personalities that can remember you and understand how you feel. Now combine them, which is what Robotics companion robot is actually going for. Lifelike skin and emotional AI that reads your expression. A male version and a female version aimed straight at loneliness. Picture this: coming home from a rough day and the robot sees your face and understands that you are tired. It also remembers that you had a big meeting. It knows the music that will calm you down. It makes you a drink and sits with you, and will also ask all the right questions. Feels straight from an episode of Black Mirror. And the thing is, robot doesn't have to feel anything. It only needs to make you feel understood. And humans are incredible at getting attached. We name our cars and we even cry when a fictional character dies. Now hand someone a machine that remembers their birthdays, laugh at their jokes, and was literally trained to make them feel valued. For a lot of people, that will still feel fake. But for someone who is lonely or elderly or socially anxious, it might feel better than nobody. And honestly, that's the genuine upside. A companion robot might keep an elderly person at company, remind them to take their medications, notify about an emergency, and a lot more. The problem is that a helpful companion and an emotional dependency is separated by a very thin line. So are people going to date an AI robot? Probably not soon. Currently, they are very expensive and not reliable enough. But yes, eventually some people might form a real relationship with them. And in the future, when it becomes normal, this video will feel like a time capsule. And you can already see the path. Currently, humanoid robots are at a very early stage. But soon, they will be your full-time household assistant. And at some point, the line between household assistant and a companion gets blurry. So the real question is whether it will still feel strange when it happens. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Till then,